Brigadier, let's continue with the same document, the same transcript that is before you. We are now going to page 33. Line number 15 to 20, my lord. Page 33, line number 15 to 20.
So it reads as follows, my lord. It says, my lord, so after the warning that was given to him in terms of section 35, established as to what he wants to do, it was clear, my lord, that he is prepared to talk to me without any attorney, and he was, or he did not choose the right to remain silent, my lord, and he did not elect to remain silent. Rather, my lord, he, I can't, it says intervene.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Mangifunda lana kubhaliwe ukuthi ngemva kokuthi ngikhulume naye yena uye washo ukuthi ufuna ukuqhubeka nokukhuluma lokho bekuchaza ukuthi ukhetheke ukuthi ayeke leliyalungelo lokuthi athule.
This is accused number 2 you were referring to as him here, am I correct?
No, I'll have to go back and check, my lord.
Oh, okay, maybe.
I can't say by reading this paragraph, I can't say this relates to accused number 2 or 1. I'll have to look at the line of questioning.
Let's start on line number 8.
8.
8, line number 8 on the same page. You see under Mr. Baloyi? Yes, just before we get to that, what led to you going to Carltonville on the 18th of June 2020?
Yes.
Can you recall now? This is the incident which took place on the 18th, and the state was asking you regarding the incident that took place on the 18th of June 2022.
Yes, I do recall, my lord.
Yebo ngiyakhumbula ukuthi lokho bekade kubuzwa umshushisi engibuza ngodaba elenzakele nge-18 zika June 2020.
And your response, if I can also read it into the record so that you can refresh your memory. It was the fact that Sergeant Mohane informed me that they will be going there for other investigations, but also in relation to certain alibi that he may have given them in relation to this matter. By he, I think you meant accused number 2.
That's correct, my lord. I do recall that.
Yebo ngiyakhumbula ke ngoba la uchaza khona kukhuluma uSergeant Mohane ebekade ethi baya khona bayophenya ngelinye ngokunye obese umsolo ebatshele kona uthi ngiyavuma ukuthi bengikhuluma ngomsolo wesibili.
Brigadier, you yourself in your own words in line number 15, you are referring to warnings. Line number 15, my lord. So after the warning that was given to him in terms of section 35, you say that line?
Yes, I do.
Yes. And all the paragraph, the content of the paragraph, wherein the accused also made a selection of choice. Am I correct if I read this paragraph?
No. Where do I refer to your paragraph, my lord? I see, because that's not what I see. I see, my response says, my lord, so after the warning that that was given to him in terms of section 35, I established as to what he wants to do. It was clear, my lord, that he is prepared to talk to me without an attorney, and he was, or he did not choose the right to remain silent. My lord, he did not elect to remain silent, rather, and then there was intervention. So okay. I don't see anything that refers to paragraph of warnings here.
No, don't worry, I'll take you step by step, Brigadier. Don't rush. On line number 18, or maybe let's start 17, says, it was clear, my lord, that he is prepared to talk to me without an attorney, and he did not choose the right to remain silent. Those are the two choices that were made by the accused.
Yes, we agree, my lord.
Then
yebo ukhethe umsolo ukhethe ukukhuluma nami engenammeli futhi wakhetha nokuthi angathuli.
still going back to the same format that we introduced when I started the cross-examination. The choice, it's a constitutional right that was chosen by the accused. That one of electing to talk to you without an attorney.
No.
That's the choice that was made by the accused. Then my question is, from this evidence that you testified about, was this the election made by accused number 2 recorded?
No, my lord, that dealt with this aspect, really, because you get formal and informal interview. There has never been a situation when police officers question somebody, they will start writing a warning statement or a warning form. There was an interview in terms of Section 35 where his rights were read to him. He made response, which I've summarized. When you talk about rights, my lord, even when people are arrested on daily basis on the street, nowhere do police officers start writing warning statements. They will give them their rights, take them into custody, and then the formality starts there. That's what I've explained over and over again. There is no situation, this is nothing unique.
Can you allow interpretation, please?
I will, I'm almost done. There is nowhere, my lord, where I've never seen an instance. Personally, in my, almost 8 years in the police, I've never embarked on a situation where I go and arrest the person and I'm already sitting with a notice of rights where I must record what I'm telling him and the warning statement. I've never seen one doing that, and definitely I've never done that. That's not how it's done, my lord, in the police.
Angikaze mina esiphoyiseni ngibone iphoyisa nanoma emalangeni nje uma kwenzakala amaphoyisa libela sebenza ngibone iphoyisa uma libopha umuntu nasemgaqweni bese libhala phansi lamalungelo lawa asikhuluma ngawo. Cha, amalungelo aye achazwe abhalwe phansi uma sekwenzakala umuntu ephakathi esiphoyiseni noma ephakathi police station. Kodwa emgaqweni nje uma sihamba asihambi siphethe lencwadi le ebizwa phecelezi i-warning statement le ekubhalwa khona amalungelo phethe bese kubhalwa ne-statement. Akaze kwayenzeka uthi ubrigadier useka neminyaka mhlawumbe engalingana na30 elibele sesiphoyiseni kodwa lokho akakhumbuli kwenzakala.
Furthermore, my lord, sorry, Counsel. Furthermore, my lord, it should be clear that my interaction with both accused 1 and 2, when one was trying to establish as to whether they are prepared to make these confessions, or when they were talking to me to say, they want to make this confession and obviously meeting the requirements, that was a preliminary stage. The formality, which I think it's what the questions of counsel constantly goes there, lies with the officers who documented the confessions. Those are the relevant people who formally took the confessions.
Futhi ke mina uma ngikhuluma nabasolwa wokumsolwa umangalelo oqala nowesibini ngaleso sikhathi ngisakhuluma nabo bekunyenanto ebhalwayo. Abantu ababhalile yilaba ukuthi baye bayogunyuluka kubo kulayi ukuthi bona ke baye babhala phansi.
Thank you, Brigadier, for that. But all I wanted to hear from you is whether the election of choice that was made by the accused was recorded. It's clear that it was not recorded. Let's stop it there.
No,
it's fine.
No, recorded where, my lord? Because I've explained to counsel. Because when counsel says it's not recorded, it's not true. I've indicated various documents where I've made reference of this. The only document where she and I are on the same page is that this 3M she referred me to was not used. If the question is in relation to that, yes, it was not used, and I gave reasons as to why. But to say it was not recorded because it's a general statement, and that is incorrect.
Uma ummeli ethi akuzange kubhalwe ndawo lento umsolwa ayikhethile uthi akulona iqiniso ubrigadier ngoba ngibhalile futhi nestatement ngizenzile mina nommeli siyavumelana okunye asivumelani.
And furthermore, on the same paragraph, which is between line number 15 to line number 20, we are also referring to the warning that was given to him in terms of section 35. You see that?
Yes, I saw it,
line number
my
15 and 16.
Yes, I'm seeing it, my lord.
Okay. Which rights were you referring to in terms of section 35 then? Which warnings? Because we are saying the warning that was given to him in terms of section 35. Which warnings?
a right to remain silent, a right not to give self-incriminating evidence, the consequences of doing such, the right to an attorney, the right to have one appointed on his behalf if he cannot afford one, a right not to be compelled to make admissions or confessions, a right to be detained in an environment that is suitable with the human condition, and a right to challenge the legality of his arrest if it sees that it's unlawful and to be discharged from such detention if the law such detects, my lord.
Amaphi amalungelo labo kade umchazisela ngawo umsolwa njengoba usho ukuthi ubokade umchazisela amalungelo uthi ngimchazisela amalungelo ukuthi angaba nommeli, amalungelo ukuthi athule angakhuluma izinto ezingagcina sezikuthi zimfaka enkingeni, unelungelo lokuthi angahle abuze noma acele ukwazi ukuthi uboshelweni futhi yena angahle lokho akulandelisise, futhi unelungelo lokuthi abe nommeli, unelungelo futhi nokuthi azi nokuthi kahle kahle kwenzakalani. Umchazisele ubrigadier uthi wonke amalungelo wakhe ukuya ngomthetho sisekelo.
And there is no proof that those rights were explained to the accused because there is no document recorded for the interview that these are the rights that were explained by myself to the accused, and I signed and the accused signed to confirm or to acknowledge that the rights have been explained to him. Accused number 2.
Yeah, my lord, with greatest respect, I've answered counsel on this part many times. In the diary that I documented, and I refer to this document, it is clearly indicated that Section 35, constitutional rights, were given to the accused. And I've explained over and over again, my lord, that the formality, it's a procedure, it's not my doing. The formality of SAP 14A exists in the holding cells. Every police officer who arrests and detain people, they will only issue the notice of rights formally in the holding cells, and that is the only document where the person who gives the rights will sign and the accused will also sign. There is no prescribed document that the ACPS give to members to go and issue on the street and people sign as and when they are arrested. It's a 14A, SAP 14A, which you find in the holding cells. If the insinuation is that there should have been a document that is signed when he was interviewed here, my lord, there is no such document that exists or prescribed by the police.
Uyaphinda ummeli uthi lamalungelo kusho ukuthi akukho la ukuthi ayewabhalwa kho kuye kwabhalwa khona uthi ubrigadier mina ngiyaphinda ngithi lokho besise ngikushilo ukuthi asihambi siphethe le yancwadi yamalungelo futhi le yancwadi ekubhalwa kuyo. Mina ke ngithi lokho kuyaye kwenzeke uma sewumuntu esemaselini bese kulayo ukuthi kuyabhalwa bese kuyasayinwa yonke into ebekade achaziselwe yona ngamalungelo wakhe.
Okay. Thank you, Brigadier. Do you agree with me, Brigadier, that at that time when you had this interview with accused number 2, he was a suspect?
Yes, he was a suspect, the person of interest in relation to this matter, my lord. I do agree.
Uyavuma ukuthi ngalesikhathi ukhuluma nomsolwa wesibini wayekade esase umsolwa engakabi umangalelwa uthi yebo ngiyavuma.
And the form which I've referred to earlier on, which is SAP S3M, says it must be completed when whether the interview is between the suspect or an accused person.
No, that's not what it says, my lord. That's absolutely not correct. That's not what this form says. And I would like to read it, my lord, so that I'm not seen to be arguing with counsel. Paragraph 1, subsection A says, the station commander must consult with the prosecutor on circumstances in which the prosecutor requires that a warning statement of a suspect be obtained. That's the essence of it. There was no directive from me by the prosecutor to say, go and interview this person.
The second line on the same paragraph that we are reading, it says, this statement must be completed every time the suspect is interviewed, irrespective of whether the suspect has been arrested or not. The same paragraph.
Yes, but my lord, it is a flow of information. Counsel wants to select. You start in 1. That's why they tell you that before you get to number 2, these are the directives. There must be communication between NPA and the police. Then you flow going down. That's why it tells you, even if you have to interview this person 10 times, as long as there's a directive by NPA, then you document it. In my situation, there was no directive by NPA. So, and I did indicate, my lord, that it's a warning form, which is not the only form where warning statements are taken.
Pinda uchaza ubrigadier lento bekayichaze ekseni namhlanje ukuthi uma kunolwazi noma kunokuthi abashushisi batshele bona ukuthi hambani niyobuza lo muntu imibuzo, lokho yinto eyikuthi iyaye ibhalwe noma ngesinye isikhathi ayibhalwa njengoba bekachazile ukuthi akusilona lodwa leli phepha ekuthi liyasetshenziswa uma umuntu ehlonywa imibuzo. Ummeli uthi la ngaphansi kuthiwa umsolwa muphi namuphi kwamele uma ehlonywa imibuzo kubhalwe phansi. Uthi lokho yinto ekuthi ilandelela ngamba kale sebengiyifundile kwamele silandelele yonke imithetho ngamunye ngamunye.
Thank you, Brigadier. Can you just turn the page on the same document? Turn the page.
Which document?
The warning statement. The warning statement. You are a member of the SAPS. You can't distance yourself from knowing the warning statement. It's a warning statement that is in front of you. I'm asking you to turn the page.
My lord,
There is a page
if a witness tries to understand, counsel is dealing with two documents at the same time. If the witness tries to get clarity, he's owed the courtesy of being so directed without the type of utterances that have been directed to the witness.
My lord, the state is not correct, my lord. With the witness, we are on the same page. We are dealing with the warning statement. We have been rereading into the record, paragraph 1. We are on the warning statement. There is no confusion there. We are not on the transcript, we are on the warning statement.
My lord, I disagree. The question arose from me because we're not on the same page with counsel. That's why I asked which document she's referring to. So we're not in the same page. Otherwise, I was not going to ask the question.
Okay, no problem. Let's continue. I'm in this document. Maybe you'll understand it if you see it.
No, it's sufficient to say a warning statement, my lord.
Yes.
I understand.
That's the document I'm referring to. Prescribed by SAPS, where you are working. I just ask you to turn the page, because this document is not numbered, but after the certificate by interpreter, which is paragraph 3, if you turn that page, you'll find this page. Which says,
This paragraph, what is the number in terms of the paragraph?
no, there is no number here. It says statements regarding interview with suspect. It's written in capital letters.
So,
Okay, to cut matters short, let me.
this one.
My lord, can I just hand this into the witness so that he can see? This is the page I'm referring to. You can have a look and return it back.
Yes, no, it's
You
the
see
same
it?
page. It's the
Okay,
same page,
thank you.
yes.
I'll ask you, Brigadier, to read it into the record, what is written there in capital letters, not the whole document. South African Police Station case number and what is written there?
Statement regarding interview with suspect.
Okay, thank you.
Should I read?
No, that's all I wanted.
Okay.
Le incwadi ekuthi ikhuluma ngama statement uma kubuzwa umsolwa.
You had indicated that when you interviewed accused number 2, you indicated that he did not want to appoint a legal representative.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So it means he was not legally represented on the 18th and also on the 19th.
Yes, I'm aware of that, my lord.
Okay.
Uthe uma ukhuluma nomsolo wesibini yena uye wathi ubekade engafisi ukuba nommeli okuchaza ukuthi nge-18 nange-19 wayekade engenammeli uthi yebo iqiniso.
Okay. When did you become aware that the accused number 2 was represented by Mr. Mjiyako?
On the 23rd of June, 2020, my lord.
Wazenini ukuthi ummangalelo wesibini ubekade emelwe ummeli uMjiyako uthi nge-23 zika June 2020.
Okay, where?
Where he was detained in the holding cells, my lord. I think it's Pretoria North of Mort, my lord. It's documented in my diary, my lord, which I gave to the defense.
Waze kuphi uthi la umsolo wayekade eboshwe khona ePretoria North noma eMort bekade ibhaliwe kwi-diary yakhe?
Yeah, Mr. Gininda is a senior member of the SAPS. You have given the information to the defense, but the information given to the defense cannot just testify for itself. You are here to testify.
No, but I testified about it. I led this evidence in my evidence in chief, my lord, and Mr. Mgomuzili asked me about it. So I'm repeating myself over and over again on what I was asked by the defense counsel for 1 and 2. It's a repetition of what was put to me by Mr. Mgomuzili after I led this evidence in chief. If I recall, my lord, there was even a time where the court ordered that all defense counsel must actually peruse the diary physically before copies were made. Subsequent to that, because I was dealing with that part in my evidence in chief, I dealt with it with Mr. Mgomezulu. Now I'm repeating the same thing. So it's not the first time I'm saying this, my lord.
Lento ngishoyo angiqala ukuyisho ngoba ngiyengabuzwa ummeli uMngomezulu engibuza imibuzo ngayo le ndaba ye diary futhi inkantolo yathi abameli babone le diary ukuthi kubhalweni into eyikuthi ibe iseke yachazwa angiqale ukukhuluma ngayo.
Was it your first time to see or to meet with Mr. Mjiyako on that day?
Yes, it was. I didn't know him from time immemorial. That was the first time for me, my lord, to see him.
Boqala ukuhlangana nomnumzana uMjiyako ngalelo langa uthi yebo bengiqala.
Brigadier, you'll answer this question if you know. Do you know that Mjiyako has been a member of the SAPS up until 2017?
No,
2016, sorry.
No, I wouldn't know, my lord.
You don't know that?
No, I wouldn't know. We didn't discuss that.
And
we are not acquainted, and I never worked with him. If he was in the police, I certainly didn't come across him or interacted with him in any matter for that matter.
And in this matter, when you were in... Sorry.
You may proceed.
Okay. In this matter, when you were investigating this matter, you testified that you were working with the Crime Intelligence Unit. Am I correct?
I said it was driven, crime intelligence driven operation. So there was intelligence gathering that was present. That's correct, my lord.
Ukwazi nawo ukuthi uMjiyako uke waba yiphoyisa fikela ngo-2016 uthi cha bengingazi uthi angaze ngikhulume naye ngalokho besikade singahlobenanga ngalokho thina sihlangene nje ezomela umsolo wesibini futhi uthe naleli cala leli bekade kunabaphenyi abangochwepheshe uthi yebo lolu phenyo kuhlangene bekade kunabaphenyi abangochwepheshe futhi.
And Mjiyako was working in the Unit of Crime Intelligence Unit. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know, my lord. As I said, and I'm repeating it without fear of contradiction, my lord, I've never worked with him. If he was in the police, I've never come across him. That was my first time, my lord.
That's a good case, my lord. My learned friend is putting it as a fact. I don't know what the basis of, putting it so strongly or elevating this to a fact that Mr. Mjiyako worked for crime intelligence. If my learned friend can perhaps lay the basis for that submission.
Thank you, my lord. Can I proceed to the next question, my lord? Lastly, Brigadier, have you ever been accused in your years of service? Have you ever been accused of forcing people to confess and to make statements?
Please, my lord, we submit that question is inadmissible. It's character evidence, and
As the court pleases, my lord, those are my submissions. Thank you.
Uthuseka ke ummeli ukubuza ubrigadier imibuzo.
Any re-exam?
Yes. Indeed, my lord. Brigadier Mr. Mgomezulu, on behalf of accused number 1 and 2, put it to you that that is now regarding the events of the 19th of June 2020. He put it to you that perhaps let's deal with the events of the 24th of June 2020. After the statement was made to a magistrate, he put it to you that after the alleged confession on the 24th of June 2020, accused number 2 was taken to an industrial area near Germiston where he was assaulted and he bled, and blood stains spilled on the confession documents. And he further put it to you that the documents that accused number 2 signed must have some blood stains. Now, if I can request you to take out the confession, Exhibit JJ, that accused number 2 made to a magistrate, and just page by page, just to show it to the court and court personnel as to whether there's any evidence of blood stains on that document.
Indeed, my
Sorry, my lord, may I just correct the state in terms of what I actually initially put to the presiding officer to say the document.
You put it to me.
No, the presiding officer, Mrs. Grenier.
I see.
That was put as a version of accused number 2. Was that the document that Mrs. Grenier, that she was in possession of, is not the same document, because the document that accused number 2 alleges that when he signed the document, he was bleeding and blood stains, the blood spilled on the pages. It was put straightforward to say that document is not the same document.
So there are 2 documents signed then.
Apparently, according to the version.
By inference of logic,
Yeah.
if you are saying the one which Mrs. Grenier had, it was signed.
It was not signed.
It was signed at the dump there, was it not?
My lord,
No, let's recapitulate the evidence.
Yes.
So you're saying Mrs. Grenier never signed as a justice of the peace.
no. Let me just remind the court about
Okay.
the evidence of and what was put to Mrs. Grenier.
Okay, fine.
What accused number 2 signed is the pro forma of that document, but not the statement. And when it was put to her that document you are in possession of must have been seen by stains, because accused number 2 bled when he signed that
Yeah,
document.
I
There are two
understand. Sorry.
documents.
I understand you well.
Yes.
The imputation is that that document was signed outside of the
The
personal presence of Ms.
Mrs.
Grenier.
Grenier.
Is that not
That's-
so? Yes.
that's correct.
I understand English very well.
Thank you very much.
And that follows then that when it was signed, wherever you say it was signed, it must have blood stains.
That's correct.
That's it. So you can pursue that, because unless you're saying to me there are 2 sets of pro forma forms or 2 sets of
No, that's
of,
not what, no, my lord.
if there's one document, is entitled to revisit that, Mr. Baloyi.
As a court, please, Brigadier, if you can just show the document page by page to the court and court personnel as to whether there's any evidence of blood stains on it.
But also, this is page 1 of the form, it's the original form. There's no blood stain. It's the second page. There's also no blood stain or any stain whatsoever, my lord. Third page, same situation, no blood stain. Fourth page, my lord, no blood stain or any marks whatsoever. Next page, my lord, there's also no blood stain. The next page as well, my lord, it's the same situation, no blood stains. Page after that, my lord, with the same situation, there's no blood stain. The next page after that, my lord, same situation, there are no blood stains. Page that follows that, and that's a certificate by the interpreter, there's no blood stain, my lord. Copies of the IDs of the officials who were there, no blood stain, my lord. The next one as well, there are no blood stains. The third one is well of the officials with the day stamp of the court, there are no blood stains. The actual document, the statement, my lord, here is it, there are no blood stains on it. The next page of the statement, there are no blood stains. Third page of the document, my lord, it doesn't contain any blood stains as well. Fourth page of the statement does not contain any blood stain. Fifth page of the statement, my lord, by accused 2 does not contain any blood stain. And the 7th page document, which is the last one, also does not contain any blood stains, my lord, or any stains, my lord, that cannot be excluded.
Uthi umshushisi uyakhumbula ukuthi ummeli kammangalelo wesibini uye wakubuza ngalesiya statement lesi ummangalelo wesibini ewathi uye wahlawa la ukuthi ithe makasayina kuye kwachaphazeleka igazi kulesi statement lesiyana lesi ebesikade sikumantshi uthi ake ubonise inkantolo uphinde ubonise na wonke umuntu ola enkantolo ukuthi ngempela leyo ncwadi leyo ikhona ena lokuchaphazeleka kwegazi uyaphehla ubrigadier uyabonisa uthi kuwo wonke amaphepha la awaphethe akukho la kubonakanisa ukuchaphazeleka kwegazi.
God, please, will this be an appropriate time to take the long adjournment?
Oh, okay.
11:01.
What's the time now?
11 minutes past 1.
Oh, okay. Come back at 2.